Yo, dudes, what's going on with y'all, and welcome to Chris Reads. Or, if you're one of the people that stuck around from the original channel for some reason, welcome back. Anyway, for those of you that have no idea what this is where I pick apart books that people either like or don't like, and just demolish them. I care nothing whatsoever if they're popular, I care nothing whatsoever if other people like them. I judge purely and objectively whether or not I like them. So anyway, the first book that we've been qualified to tear apart here is Left Hand of Darkness. It's a book I've never heard of before. One of the players from my D&D group actually suggested it to me, so let's just figure out what the fuck this thing is. So the book begins with a very long and wordy introduction about what sci-fi writing is. However, what this actually is a chance for the author to bitch and complain about how hard it is to write sci-fi and how brilliant their book actually is. Well, buddy, get over it. Every genre is hard to write, and if you write sci-fi and put it far enough in the future, people can't even fact-check you. Granted, this writer is actually losing points right out of the gate because he calls fiction, as in all of fiction, escapism. Well, that's kind of the point of the book, is that the reader will sit down and lose themselves in the book. That should be the whole point of your introduction chapter, actually, is to hook the reader in and make them want to read more of your story. This is more like a smoke bomb to flush the reader out. And, there's really nothing more annoying than walking into a place and being told that you have to leave. That's why I don't go to lesbian bars anymore. I'm convinced that the writer of this book actually wants to come off as a deep and philosophical thinker, but actually just comes off as a little bitch. Wow, Chris, you've been talking about the intro for 3 paragraphs now. Do you really care about intros that much? No, I fucking don't, so imagine how annoying it is that it took up 10 minutes of my life that I'm still talking about it 3 paragraphs into the review. So this book actually begins with perhaps one of the worst habit of all sci-fi writers, which is to list off several names and places that mean absolutely nothing to us and give us no context whatsoever in which to place them in importance, so it means absolutely nothing to me. The book began with something like 1-1-1-1 Garbin. I don't know what that means, and I don't know why it matters. So I definitely don't know why I'm supposed to care. And I don't. So this book is actually written as a report on this person's adventures, which would be a nice little framing device, except it's not written as if this is my report, and then we get a flashback. It's literally as if we are reading the report. Problem with this is that this is written in what is known as passive style, which is a big no-no. It's a naughty thing to do, and you're a naughty writer if you write a book in that style. So what that means is that the actual start of the story, which I'm only just now getting to, is written from almost an omniscient point of view, even though it allegedly is written from first person. And while that might be okay for a report, I honestly wouldn't know, I haven't written that many of them since high school anyway, it is just not a good thing to do in a book, because it loses people and it loses a lot of importance, and it just makes me wonder what the fuck I'm doing here. Certainly not enjoying myself. So we start off in some sort of weird ceremony thing where an alien king is applying blood to a structure. I would tell you why he's doing it and why that's important, but I have no idea. Also, I'm not even going to try to remember his name because it's really long and really stupid. So the main character, whose name we either haven't been told or I completely missed it, is invited to a dinner that he really doesn't want to go to, but he agrees to go to anyway. And the alien that's hosting it there is neither male nor female. That's totally fine, I could accept that and even makes sense in a sci-fi kind of way. What doesn't make sense is the incredibly long inner monologue that our main character has about it. So I don't know if it's meant to represent some kind of phobia of androgynous people or something like that, or if it's meant to seem introspective, although what I really suspect is that this book just has its head shoved up its own ass, which is impressive in the sense that it's impressive that it got published while sucking that much of its own shit. So after wading in through multiple piles of shit, I think I finally am beginning to grasp what our main character is doing here on this planet, which really should have been page 1 stuff. Anyway, he's here and attempting to essentially either broker a peace deal or strengthen a relationship with this alien planet. I have just summarized in 1 sentence what this book has been trying to say for 45 minutes. So there's this really weird side story about a character that leaves his house to go commit suicide, but then he ends up cursing the house, and then at the end of his life he lifts the curse. I don't know why any of that's important. Anyway, then we jump back to our main story, where I think the name of our main character is called Gimli. If not, that's what I heard, and that's what I'm going with. Anyway, he's suddenly all weirded out because somebody gets named a traitor. Possibly the Prime Minister. But I don't know because they list the traitor by name, and I don't remember the Prime Minister's name because it was never important enough for me to say. So the Alien King is acting like a huge dick and honestly reminding me why I didn't want to be part of Mensa. So I'm not gonna lie, I've been listening to the audiobook of this and I kinda zoned out for a little bit. I'm not sure what I missed, but when I zoned back in, Gimli is talking about nightmare dreams of being chased by vaginas. I'm not even making that up. I suppose I could go back and try to figure out exactly what it is that I missed, but the problem with that is I don't care, because I've been given nothing to relate to or care about in this entire story so far, and none of it matters. I don't care about fucking Gimli or whatever his name is. I don't care about whatever the fuck the name of the Federation is. They don't seem to have any issues or struggles or anything, and I don't know why we're reading about it. Now, there are no hard rules in writing. In fact, there are a couple books that I know of that take a completely mundane thing and make an interesting story out of it. Essentially just about living life. The Pleasure of My Company and The Secret Life of Walter Mitty come to mind. You know, two just mundane days turned into an interesting story. However, if that's what this author was shooting for, they really fucking missed. They failed to find the interesting story in a man that goes to a sexless alien planet to try to get them to join the Star Trek Federation. That's failing to a whole new level. It's like this book was the inspiration for all of EA's marketing decision during the Battlefront 2 fiasco. So actually, I hit the point where I hit play on the audiobook, and I have no idea what they're talking about. And I kind of thought about it, and I thought, well, if I'm gonna follow this, I have to back up. So, why would you do that? Well, I need to do it for the video. Would you be doing that if you didn't need to make a video? No, I'd throw it back at Audible and trade it for something I haven't heard recently, like Harry Potter or Ender's Game. Well, that's pretty much the review there then, is it? Yeah, fuck it. Let's throw up that bingo card. So, only a few chapters in and actually having already hit bingo once, and with a giant D and F over the rest of the screen, I think we can safely say that this book is shit. Anyway, my personal rating is 2 out of 10, and the only reason it's not a 1 out of 10 is because it is technically written in a correct format and published. Although, honestly, I'm really hesitant to give it that high score. I don't feel like it earned it. It got some pity points. Anyway, that's all for the first episode of the year of Chris Reads. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and leave a comment down below, let me know. Give me something else to review. Anyway, until next time, drink plenty of water, tell your parents that you love them, and stroke your mustache at night.